The word Kang is one we've used a lot in the last year, often for not the right reasons. Of course, incredible actor Jonathan Majors was found guilty on a couple of the lesser charges that he faced, and he lost a lot of his projects, including the gig as playing Kang. Now, I'm sure eventually, because they were lesser charges, I'm sure I'm sure that Jonathan Majors will make a return at some point, just won't be as Kang. Now, this raised the question. Is Marvel going to move away from Kang the character entirely? Because let's face it, the Kang character, despite the fact that it clicked really well in the Loki series, it has not clicked with audiences as the next big bad. The next, mad titan. It just hasn't clicked. The guy that Ant-Man punched in the face. Yeah, and ultimately got overrun by a bunch of ants. Okay.
They're big ants.
That Sylvie killed. And we've seen him get killed many times, and I don't know how we're supposed to think this is the next Thanos. They have not executed well with this. But apparently, we've now learned a couple of things. First of all, that reported title change of Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, there were reports going around that they took that out of the title. Now it's official. In a recent Investor Day call, Disney referred to the upcoming Avengers 5 simply as Avengers 5, and the one after that as Avengers Secret Wars. So they are clearly taking the Kang title out. However, according to reports, they're not taking Kang out, and Kang will still be a very central figure with or without Jonathan Majors in Part 5. This comes to us from comicbookmovie.com, who wrote this. Avengers the Kang Dynasty had the majority of the multiverse saga's leads, minus Thor for some reason, battling Kang's variants on Earth. Despite the villain's presence, the story was supposedly largely grounded and light on full-blown multiverse elements. Loki and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness scribe Michael Waldron is now penning both Avengers 5 and 6, and his vision is thought to be similar, but puts a greater emphasis on the multiverse, giving alternate reality heroes a much larger role in Avengers Secret Wars. So, according to what we're getting, the Jeff Loveness draft, who's been fired and removed from the project, but his Avengers 5 was going to be very light on multiverse stuff and have the Avengers, minus Thor, for some reason, battling on Earth against that football stadium of Kangs that we saw at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Now, Michael Waldron comes in and takes over, and apparently it's still going to be very similar to that, except they're going to give higher profile places to alternate reality heroes. John Krasinski's Reed Richards coming in. Wesley Snipes' Blade coming in. Fighting off, fitness era 70s Kang. Taking on some of the Kangs. Whatever, but it sounds like the basic storyline is still going to be Earth-focused. Legions of Kangs attacking the planet and the Avengers stand against them. But now this time, instead of our heroes that we've already got, not very much multiverse stuff, they're going to crack open the multiverse again and bring in different variants of heroes to join the battle and the fight. Guys, we want to thank a sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp. Guys, it's a brand new year and a lot of people are making New Year's resolutions, things they want to change about themselves. But I've always believed that it's also equally as important to identify the things we're doing well and building on those. And therapy helps you find your strengths so you can ditch the extreme resolutions and make changes that really stick. I've always believed that nothing impacts our daily performance in our jobs, our hobbies, our relationships like our mental health. And I've also said for a long time that it's about time that we stop just putting emphasis on improving our physical health by getting out to the gym, but also by putting emphasis on improving our mental health as well. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. All you gotta do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. So guys, celebrate the progress you've already made. Visit betterhelp.com/Campea today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Campea. Rob, what do you think about them keeping Kang? The whole premise of Kang is still going to be the central figure, even though it's not going to be the name of the movie. And what do you think about these supposed storylines that we've got going on, the central conflict going on. What do you make of this?
I'm just not scared of Kang. You know, I mean, the thing about that made Thanos terrifying is that Thanos had a philosophy, and his desires really had nothing to do with Earth. He was talking about the universe and how in his own twisted mind, and he had already been going to planets and killing half their populations without the Infinity Stones to save their resources. I'm going to save you by eliminating half of you. Kind of like what Kodos the Executioner did when Kirk was a young man before he went into Starfleet. To save a colony, he had to kill half the people because there was a famine. This is not a great plan in the long run, but it made him scary because he had the power to do it. So Thanos was an interesting villain. What does Kang want? What is his overarching philosophy? What does he want to do? I don't care, because whenever I've seen him do anything, he gets punched in the face by Ant-Man. Or he's sitting, or he gets defeated at the end of all time by somebody else. I mean, what is Kang going to do? You know, dance for everybody? Put on like a dance crew? Like
it worked for Star-Lord.
I guess so. But Star-Lord was victorious, but Star-Lord could outdance Kang. I mean, I look at this and I'm thinking, who are even the Avengers? Who's going to fight him? Moon Knight won't even be able to find his way to where the battle is. He won't even remember. You know, and then Yelena went off on the Thunderbolts, so, you know, you've got Red, what's his name? You know, the Red
Guardian.
Guardian. What are they going to do against Kang? I don't know. Are they even going to bother to show up? Who is the Avengers? Who's on the lunchbox, John?
Well, Rob, I know Kang's not that scary, but did you not see the post-credit scene in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania? There's a lot of them.
There is a lot of them, but I mean, all you have to do is, you know, have Taylor Swift show up and they'll all go to SoFi Stadium. You get them in one place and drop a nuke.
You just gave them an idea.
There you go. I mean, a bunch of guys, those people in that stadium at the end cheering did not look very fearsome to me.
No, they did not. They looked excited.
They looked excited.
Like they were at a Taylor Swift concert.
They looked pretty, because they probably were. What we didn't see as soon as the credits were over and the last, you know, was Taylor Swift actually came out. It was a sing-along. They were all wearing their friendship bracelets. I mean, I'm not scared of Kang. I don't know what he wants to do other than just, I'm going to be bad now.
Yeah, I will say this. The one thing that I'm not excited about is leaning more into multiverse. Like, because then it's just a YouTube video, in my opinion. Like, it's like, oh, we're going to get all these different variants that we've seen in What If, and we've seen that. They're all going to come in there. But I mean,
but you see, the thing is, when you're fighting against a villain, the fun part is knowing what the villain wants. A great hero is only as good as the villain they're up against.
Yeah.
And Thanos was a great villain. You know, when you find out that Hans Gruber at the end of Die Hard is only a thief, that's all he wants, bearer bonds. He's going to kill 30 people for bearer bonds.
No, but he's an exceptional thief.
An exceptional thief.
An exceptional thief.
I mean, I love when Bonnie Bedelia is like, this is all about, you know, stealing. But because of the way he did it with panache and style, I mean, you're willing to go with him. But it's like even great Bond villains. It's like, I'm going to kill everybody on Earth and create my master race for my people that I have under the sea. Or Hugo Drax. Here, they're all on my space station. You know, Bond has to fly up to that space station and eliminate. He's shooting orchids down onto the Earth to kill everybody. Orchids, John. Poisonous orchids. And that's cool. Okay, maybe it isn't. Moonraker.
Yeah, I don't know. Moonraker is not quite my favorite.
But I mean, look, to your point,
Moonraker.
Though, about one of the things they laid out
Moon Knight.
was they made Thanos fearsome. They made Thanos a figure that people in the universe dreaded and we as the audience dreaded. And then they gave him a wild, multi-layered motivation of him seeing himself as the hero trying to save the galaxy.
Yes.
In the MCU, in the movies, in the Disney Plus shows, what is Kang trying to accomplish? Other than total power? Well, isn't that the same mustache twirling thing that we've gotten from every cinematic
What's his
villain
philosophy?
Ever? Yeah. And they have not done a good job, and this is on them. They have not done a good job of building this character up. They've had 2 seasons of Loki, an Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania movie to give us a sense of what is this dude about. And other than, I'm the bad guy. That's all they've done.
Well, you know, it'd be more interesting if Kang because he's seen all of time, he's seen all of history. And if he had an idea that I've watched humanity make the same mistake over and over and over again throughout the millennia, I'm going to stop that from happening, and I'm going to build a utopian civilization, but I'm going to have to break a few heads along the way. So he had some noble goal, but he's going to do something
Well, now
monstrous.
you're describing the High Evolutionary, right?
Well, okay,
that was kind of what they did with Guardians of the Galaxy, right? So, and that worked.
But this is more of a, on a society, like a whole societal level. Maybe, I don't know. It's just, I just can't get, I hate to say that I was excited about Kang in the comics, and the Kang Dynasty run, that storyline is really good.
Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this supposed plot line that it's going to be the army of Kangs invading Earth and the Avengers have to stand against them? Not just our Earth's mightiest heroes, but 7,000 other Earth's mightiest heroes as well, which maybe makes sense. I mean, there was a lot of Kangs. You're going to need more than 7 heroes, I suppose. Whatever you guys think about this, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.